Every year when the ball drops, I find myself asking these questions. Did I change my life this year? Was it for the better or for the worse? Did I stay in the same place or worse? Did I move backwards? As the shiny disco ball descends over Times Square, the excitement and the opportunity to start a fresh new year begins to rise. What if changing your life didn't have to be difficult? What if there are only 4 main concepts that you could focus your time and energy on to make lasting change over the next 365 days? What if you could look back on this exact moment 1 year from now and know that you're a little bit closer to the kind of person that you want to be? If you're anything like me, then you've probably experienced something very similar to what I'm describing every first of the year. And yeah, it can be overwhelming the amount of options you have when it comes to changing your life. And it's those reasons that make me so excited to share my 4 favorite concepts that, when applied consistently and correctly, will have a positive effect on your life over the course of a year. So let's get into it. Your identity is tied to your repeated actions. In fact, the word identity actually has its Latin roots in the word identitum, which means repeatedly. Identity is simply repeated beingness. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, says that the ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when a habit becomes a part of your identity. But before we go about understanding how to change who you are, it's important to understand what exactly that means. Okay, so for example, if you want to read more, the goal shouldn't be to finish a book. The goal should be to become a reader. If you want to run a marathon, the goal shouldn't be to finish a marathon. The goal should be to become a runner. If you want to draw more, then the goal shouldn't be to draw a portrait. The goal should be to become an artist. If you want to change who you are, then change what you do on a consistent basis, because that way you'll have proof of your identity. So for example, part of my identity is photographer, and I have evidence of that because I shoot photos nearly every single day. I shoot photos and videos for my job. I also identify as a hard worker, which is evidenced by all of the stuff that I've built online. Being a leader is part of my identity, and that is evidenced by my comfortability in front of large groups. Once you begin to change what you do, you begin to change who you are. And this is more effective than just reaching your goals for 2 reasons. The first one being it helps you approach an area of change in your life in a more concrete and tangible way. And the second reason being it creates lasting change beyond just the thing that you're trying to change. Instead of focusing on reaching the goal of lowering your average screen time to 2 hours per day on your phone, focus on becoming the type of person who only spends 2 hours per day on their phone. So how do you actually begin to change your identity in a way that changes your life in a positive manner? Well, according to James Clear, the first step is to take some time to reflect on the type of person that you want to be. If you don't know the type of person that you want to be, then think about the dream outcomes that you have, and then work backwards from those. If one of your dream outcomes is to have washboard abs, then ask yourself, who is the type of person to have washboard abs? It's probably someone with a lot of discipline, a lot of perseverance, and someone who is hardworking. Once you identify the traits of a person with the outcome that you desire, then you begin to chisel out the type of person that you want to be. Next, it's about proving to yourself that you are changing and becoming the type of person that you want to be with small wins. We'll talk about this a little bit later in this video, but the important part is this. Place value, and I mean a lot of value, on the small actions you do every day that act as votes for the type of person that you wish to become. Now, in order for change to actually occur in your day-to-day life, it's important to adopt a mindset that allows change to actually occur. And that mindset is one that is open to consistent learning. For me, a huge part of consistent learning is self-awareness and understanding what resonates with me. This concept of resonance is something that Tiago Forte talks about in his book, Building a Second Brain, which is all about how you can build a searchable database of content and information that's pertinent to you. If you hear someone say something that makes your ears perk up, or you scroll past something online that makes you feel inspired, then that is what resonates. Think about what you're missing out on by not capturing those ideas that could be the next building block of your business, concepts that would help you down the line, or inspiration whenever writer's block rears its head. By becoming more aware of the things that make you inspired or excited, you're headed the right direction towards becoming more self-aware. So start today, right after this video, capturing things that resonate. How you do it is completely up to you. I personally use Tiago's Para system, which helps you organize things into projects, areas, resources, and other archives. You'll begin to notice as you do this on a consistent basis that by capturing what resonates, you're actually just building a database of the fabric of you, things that make you tick, things that make you inspired, things that make you excited. It's all searchable and it's all organized in one place. And these are all little bits of information that'll help make tangible change down the road. By keeping an open mind and a poignant awareness of what resonates on a consistent basis, you'll set yourself up for a year of consistent learning and growth. More recently, I've been trying to customize the things around me to better suit my specific needs. These are things as simple as my iPhone's home screen or as big as my home office. The point is this: the more you change your environment to specifically fit your needs, the more friction you remove between ideas, execution, and ultimately lasting change. Speaking of removing friction, that's one of the ways that James Clear identifies as the best way to build a new habit, to make it easy. What easy things can you change right now in your day-to-day life that'll make it easier to become the type of person that you wish to be? What points of friction can you smooth out during your day to make it easier to develop better habits? Design your environment and customize it to you and your specific needs to better dictate incremental change over the course of a year. Okay, so I mentioned in the first part of this video that the small actions that you take every single day act as proof that you are in fact changing into the identity that you wish to assume. Every time you read a book, you're someone who reads. Every time you sit down to write, you are a writer. Every time you work out, you're an athlete. Every time you prepare a meal at home, you're a cook. It's these small accomplishments that help reinforce the change that you're trying to make. And because of this, it becomes important to reframe how you value these small accomplishments. Accomplishments don't have to be as big as signing a big partnership deal or buying your first mega mansion. In fact, it's better to prioritize smaller, more frequent wins. It's the recognition of these smaller wins that help you stay motivated on the path towards lasting change. A great way to recognize these small wins is to track them by hand. At the end of the day, visually seeing all of the progress you're making makes it difficult not to keep up the streak the next day. Small wins on a daily basis equal big results over the long term. Every January 1st, you're greeted with a unique opportunity to start fresh from zero. The slate is cleared and everyone is starting from the beginning. Of course, you can start making change in your life literally whenever you want. Numbers and dates and times don't actually exist. Those are man-made things. Those don't exist in nature. There's no need to wait for the perfect moment to change your life, because the perfect moment is always the one that you're in right now. Okay, to recap, identify the type of person that you want to become. After that, begin to capture what resonates on a daily basis. Then, customize your digital and physical environment to better suit your specific needs. And lastly, celebrate your small wins. Integrate these 4 concepts into your life on a consistent basis, and you'll find it hard to not be a different person 365 days from now. If you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to get back to all of them. With all of that out of the way, Happy New Year. Let's change ourselves for the better. Thanks for watching. Hope this helped. And remember, keep scrolling mindfully.